God bless you so much, sir. Ye video unya adajina utiebi. Yeni jehon se ube subscribe to our YouTube channel. Eye Osroba TV. Your logo no eye yellow. Please subscribe, share and like our videos and make use of the comment section. Buse asem she crying. My suggestions. Efa your videos no na mjidi se unyame bekoso extra opa. Yenim die ekoso ewo Israel and Hamas for entem ebe 4-5 days nie. Na yenim se emujia bibiri ehwiegu anase ehwiegu nipa bibiri ewu. Nti ebra etisa no ade baako aya na ehia pa eye mujia. Se atiasefo be donate blood na yede ahwe wona eprepra no. Said the bear almost be nkwa atnase nti edru akonse ya emoja ehia pa nanso ade ba akonso a anwumre me ye madwen se me kenkan de ekoso wiase kakra na me be pie website bia omo astiti se article bia obi a friend Hannah Levy Julian atro. Na what title article ne say emergency breast milk campaign sends 6,000 lb of donated milk to bereaved babies in Israel. Emergency breast milk campaign sends 6,000 lb of donated milk to bereaved babies in Israel. In fact, me who article no me interest be mu se mekan na me kan wie ye no na me busa me ho se yeah, nim se bread say the kamoja ne ya ne huhia pa. Na looking at said the say we are American society are so sophisticated, technological advancement, inventions. Na ka yentimi anase we are sintimi nya bibi ebetimi replacing breast milk near dia ma enkra omo maame nom awuo esan akoninti. Na agise ye emergency campaign makrofo a bit me a donate breast milk a donate na yet this send it from the US to Israel na what lesson be a train what lesson be a train na very important. We know and say nature declares the qualities of God. Number 2, God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. It doesn't matter how sophisticated our society has become. It doesn't matter the technological advancements, the inventions. Die nipa nim die akwakodru bia die nipa nyansa akodru bia bread and breast milk cannot be replaced. Yentimi mfa bibia ya artificial bia and replace bread and breast milk. In fact moja de yenim ne dada se dru akonse ya moja hia pa nkrofo ye yi but breast milk na madwenem ba ho megidi se won so adwenem ko hosa. Because him said Neddy the we are surgery or mix powders ahodo bi ade man kra no media e kama nti minim say ka breast milk de ehun hia sa but me kind article no na me hu say wow eti emame echo feda say me kind something about breast milk and na edeme echo Medela website. Na Medela website no idea efa Medela for no say over the last 60 years that is what is stated on the website. Say over the last 60 years our company has been devoted to the science of making the most delicate form of care simple, intuitive and effective. Medela has been caring for moms and babies, patients and healthcare professionals for so long. We have turned it into a science. Enti eba enkrane awofo ana maame nom apomudin mu nsɛmde a Medela fo no utimi sɛ omu nimpa na omu article baako a omu atwero and also my title on what makes breast milk so amazing. And that making kind, yeah. To me, further reading and also research, no, and that maybe abe kind say, I almost say breast milk is the most natural defense. And now almost states thousands of ingredients are about breast milk. Mom say there is no substitute for breast milk. Almost say there is no substitute for breast milk. There are thousands of different ingredients in breast milk, such as proteins, fats. Na asieno omatro say the vast majority of these ingredients cannot be replicated artificially. Nature is teaching us say God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. Beyond blood and breast milk cannot be replicated artificially. There is nothing that human beings can do to replace or replicate blood and breast milk. In this situation, nature is teaching us say God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. It doesn't matter how sophisticated our society has become. It doesn't matter the technological advancements, the inventions, the innovations. God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. You will need God. You will need God. I will need God. Say situation we need God. God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. So nature is teaching us this particular lesson. Nature is teaching us. Nanka die we are seeing die ne nyansa akodru die nanka Israel eba technology ne just artificial things now. Israel kon anymore. Israel enye kura eso but omo ko mani mankasa. Omo ko mani. US economy, China so economy. Now so obia ni wa wetimi aye bibia replicating blood, human blood and breast milk. Inti abadi sa akonsisi ya situation ne nyan airtime there, but nature is teaching us say no matter the situation, in as much as we cannot replicate breast milk and human blood, God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. God's involvement in our lives cannot be taken for granted. God has his signature in our blood. God has his signature in breast milk. So God's involvement in human life cannot be taken for granted. This is a lesson that nature is teaching us. Na mamemfa we intwatwe ewo Psalm 19:1-6. Psalm 19:1-6, a New Living Translation will say, the heavens proclaim the glory of God, the skies display his craftsmanship. Day after day they continue to speak, night after night they make him known. They speak without a sound or word, their voice is never heard, yet their message has gone throughout the earth and their words to all the world. Nature declares the qualities of God. Nature declares the qualities of God. And nature is teaching us, say, God's involvement in our lives cannot be taken for granted. God bless you.